Hello, this is Tom, aka Jerry, here for Fanzine Friday number 35, and we are reviewing Frontier Explorer number 11. Let's get right to it. So this is the cover. This is from a good friend on DeviantArt, Ariel X, and who's provided us numerous pieces of artwork in the past. And this has a spaceman, a spacer, adrift in space, and the cover quote is "Alone in the Universe," which is from Arthur C. Clarke and is a cool one. There are two possibilities that exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not, and both are equally terrifying. So the first article is a little talk viz, and it's the ecology. Every issue, just about every issue for most of the run of the magazine, we had these ecology of articles, and that's what this one is. But you also get a little bit of verse culture comes through in this one, so it's kind of cool. And so this is just a verse creature with little bladed hands, like a grasshopper with bladed hands. Kind of cool. And a nice stat block. The Alpha Scout Deckplan and write-up for a scout ship. And this scout ship's kind of inspired by the Eleanor Mores. So this is an interesting deck plan and very colorful, actually full stats and write-up for that. So very welcomed. Next up, we get a series of 3 medical articles. You've got medical supplies in the Minzy Marketplace. Some of these were collaborations with others, but I wrote it up, so I took the writing credit. Some of these things I actually invented. The hydrogel. I don't believe I invented that. Somebody else came up with that, but it was just banter going on back and forth in the forum. So this is a great article on medical supplies. There's some really interesting things in here if you're running a medic for your game. I particularly like the vital scanner, because when you're in the hospital, they're always taking vital. And the wave field surgical tools, I think, are really cool as well. Also, here's nerve block nanites. In Star Frontiers, when a character reaches half their stamina, they're under a pain penalty, -10 to everything they do. So the nerve block nanites, it's a nice little thing. If you're not getting full medical treatment at the time, you can use this to stop the pain penalty from being in place. And then I went on to write Power of the Poultice, which is just about using a poultice. If you were low on medical supplies, your character might consider using a poultice. And introduce the medicated biopack. It's basically a high-tech poultice that you can carry in your med kit. And then the third article is countering poisons in the frontier. And this is about working up an antidote to a new poison that you encounter. Something for the medic to do or the environmentalist to do on the side. Then we got the Titan Rising, episode number 4. Already up to episode number 4 in this comic strip. I'll let you read that. And then this issue, not only did we have a little mini theme of medical articles, but we're getting some conversions in here. Here you get this top secret contact table and Star Frontiers. So it's lifting a system out of top secret and, tweaking it, converting it for use in Star Frontiers. And I think that's kind of cool. So you can use this as a way of working up contacts for Star Frontiers, just lifting this system right out of Star Frontier, out of Top Secret. Then we had Pirates and Privateers. This was a collaboration between myself and Richard Rose, aka Shadow Shack. And so we just present, I think it's about 5 pirates and their ships. And the really cool one here, this is Richard's idea, Lived Rat 5. It is a pirate vessel, and printed on the view screen of their ship is Lived Rat 5, is the name of the ship. But it's printed on the view screen. But when you're on the command deck looking out through the view screen, it's of course backwards. And Live Rat 5 read backwards reads Star Devil. I thought that was really kind of cool. I really liked that little wrinkle that he had come up with. I thought, man, that I got to use that sometime. And so we just kind of detail up some pirate captains, their ship, provide the stats for the ship, and a little write-up about the captains and their crew. And then you get, this is actually a cool thing here. This is a Star Frontiers character sheet. Other character sheets don't always have the full and proper stat block for all the stats of the weapon. This one does. That's why I like this one. So it's I think this is probably one of the better edited character sheets that you can find for Star Frontiers. Then you get a series of quick reference sheets. These are actually very good, and these are well worth just printing and laminating them and having them at your gaming table. And then we get the next conversion article. This is Star Frontiers to D&D 5th edition. This is a conversion for running Star Frontiers using 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons rules. So this is an expansive article, and it's there if you're interested in that sort of thing. Scrolling down, quite a bit to it here. So you got a lot of support. They do a nice new map of the frontier, lacking the Zebulon's Guide star systems. But this is a nice looking map. It's got a lot of eye appeal. So then we have the greatest Star Frontiers module of all time. At a certain point, I was like, hey, if there's anybody who would be qualified to help determine the greatest Star Frontiers module of all time, it would be the fan magazines, right? So we ran a poll, and this is kind of cool. The first two modules on here are kind of not surprising. These were written, both of them written by Douglas Niles, Mission to Alcazar and Dramune Run. One of them is in the National Museum of Play. I forget which one, whether it's Dramune Run or Alcazar. I think it's Dramune Run. There's a copy of it on display in the National Museum of Play, which when I did the interview on them, I learned that detail. But what's really fascinating here is that 2001: A Space Odyssey and 2010 Odyssey 2 modules are at the very bottom of this list, universally panned. But they're not the worst. The worst is Face of the Enemy. Got no love from the fans. Was basically determined to be the worst Star Frontier, which I find it fascinating because this is the module where the player characters get to board a Sathar carrier. They basically do a hex crawl, deck by deck crawl through the Sathar carrier. To me, that's kind of seems like it would be a cool adventure, but it got no love. And the Volturnus modules also did not fare well in this voting. So these were interesting results, and definitely the fans spoke, and they were not incorrect. Mission to Alcazar, Dramune Run, Mutiny on the El Amores, and Bugs in the System, and Dark Side of the Moon were chosen as the top 5. I thought Dramune Run was going to come out on top, but it did not. But this is definitely a very good result from the fan polling that we did. And then next up we have Crick, the Magnificent Beasts of Hence. This is a 2-page article, and it's a good overview, physiology and ecology and behavior of this creature with a stat block. So that's pretty handy. And then again, we wrap up the issue with Grimm's Guide to Intergalactic Conquest, lesson number 11. And so there you have it, Frontier Explorer number 11. This was a great little issue. I actually liked writing all those medical articles myself. I was at the time thinking about medical adventures and, just, the wheels turning on that. And that just led to 3 quick little articles. And this was a great issue, a lot of collaboration, and a lot of different people contributing to it. So this was a lot of fun to work on. So this is Tom for Star Frontiers Gamer and Fanzine Friday. I want to thank you for watching my video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. And if you have not subscribed, please do consider hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icon. Help me build the channel. But until then, I will see you in the frontier.